Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have ourselves a 1v1 on Langreskaya. Our heroes today are going to be Mr. Jove, playing as the British forces in the blue. And his opponent is, of course, going to be Mr. HelpingHans, playing this time as the Ostir or Wehrmacht faction in the red. So like I said, this is Hans week, and this time we're looking at a game from the ESL, and this was from the quarterfinals against Jove. Should be a good game. Hopefully it's amazing. Let's see what they have for us in store. So for now, we see Mr. Jove getting himself infantry sections, and then following it up with yet another infantry section, because of course he is British. He's a British forces player, and that's kind of what you do. And actually he went for a vicar, so never mind. He only got one infantry section. We hear the engagement going on here in the center as the infantry section and the Pyos duke it out at long range as the Pyos cap that munitions point. And for Hans, we see him going tier 1 to start with, getting himself a Grand Squad, and then following it up with a sniper. Sniper play, always awesome to see. Should be rather good, and we're going to keep an eye on that guy to see what goes on. Now, I may sound a little bit distracted as I'm casting this game, trying a new audio setup, which shouldn't be that noticeable really for you, but it is for me. And I didn't set it up properly, so I'm kind of in an awkward angle here where I can't turn my head very long because the cable's kind of taut. Anyways, so sniper on the field takes a shot into the house, misses, and the infantry section pops out to the other side so that they do not get shot by the sniper. Right hand side, Volk's Grenadier Squad, not Volk's, Grenadier Squad, sorry. Going for the strategic point right outside the base, managing to cap it. We do have the Vickers machine gun up on the shack over on the right hand side. Getting some shots off on them, but not really doing too much. A little bit of health damage, and that's about it. Infantry section for Jove, still holding behind that house, not wanting to pop their face in, making sure that they don't get spotted. Sniper moving up to the edge of the hedge right there. Is it able to actually spot them? I don't think it is. And if you hear a banging or something coming through, sorry, my kids are being unruly. Infantry section popping into the house, getting a volley going off on the Grenadier Squad, popping back out, not giving the sniper enough time to actually pop a shot. The infantry section moves along, the sniper reveals itself, and the infantry section actually has a shot on it, managing to get some good hits on it. Can they actually finish him off? Shots fly at a distance, but it looks like HelpingHans is going to catch a bit of a lucky break there and not get his squad killed off. Man. Install the actual sound card on the computer instead of just using the video card, and those shots sound so crisp on my end. Not sure if it actually translates into the actual video. I guess not really. It depends on yours, but maybe it does. I don't know. Anyways, we see Jove going for his own sniper as he takes up to the platoon command post. Of course, it is the natural reaction once you see that there is a Ostir sniper on the field. Pyos squad moving around, laying down some wire here for HelpingHans, making sure that that heavy cover is not used against him, you know, if ever an engagement happens in that section. We see the infantry section getting popped with the pyrotechnic supplies. We don't see these a lot. Most of the time we see the infantry sections getting upgraded with the medical supplies. And behind, by the strategic point, we see the infantry section quickly dealing with the Pyos squad. As it tries to go for the cutoff point, it is going to be forced to run a gauntlet, and a heavy gauntlet at that. There is a Vickers machine gun just waiting on them, ready to gun them down. Manages to shoot one more guy, but on the retreat, oh, a very nice rifle grenade there by HelpingHans. Eliminates the Vickers machine gun and may actually get the steal. Grenadier squad retreats. Two-man squad still left. Can they actually make it out of there? Taking some damage. The sniper also taking some damage, or, well, taking a hit in there. And, pretty good, but unfortunately there for Jove. HelpingHans manages to steal himself an MG, which now means that he doesn't actually have to build one of his own. Has 2 grunts on the field, gets himself a mortar, because of course the mortar is pretty good to fight against the sniper as well. And with the sandbags laid down in the center point, it's a good position there for the mortar to take some shots at. British sniper has 1 kill as it shot at the stolen MG. has revealed itself, of course. Hans, a little bit further back with his sniper, does need some healing, but he is not going to be getting that just yet. Lays down his tier 2, which I'm assuming he's going to be getting himself a 222 as soon as possible. And for Jove, we see him getting an AT gun. So I guess he's assuming that, of course, a 222 is going to be coming rather soon. So very nice, very nice. Neither player selecting his Doctrine just yet. We have the infantry section over here on the right-hand side popping its medical supplies, which is pretty good for all of these guys. They're all missing one member, but, you know, it's just one member, and they're all getting heals at the same time. The Pyrotechnics also, you know, has the HQ howitzers, you know, come into play. British sniper moving around on the center of the map. The Austrian sniper just holding back, not going to be aggressive right now, not until it can heal, I would assume. Though that does not seem to be priority right now. So HelpingHans is going to be getting himself a 222 as we expected. It is going to have to make sure it doesn't kill itself with that AT gun, but we'll see what HelpingHans manages to pull off with controls. And the Vickers machine gun being set up to fight against its former comrades. Pilot squad with the flamethrower popping into the shack, getting some flamethrower bursts going off on the squad on the outside. Gonna be popping up through the front. Gonna be getting some flamethrower bursts on the inside, doing a decent amount of damage, forcing the squad to the outside. And they are now pulling back. Mortar getting some good shots there on the infantry out in the open, managing to bring an infantry section down to one man. And the other squad popping its medical supplies once again, wanting to make sure that those 3 men stay in the best shape possible. Grenadier squad going to the far right-hand side. Going to be engaging the infantry section and the sniper. The Austrian sniper has moved up a little bit, but it's still holding fire as the 222 comes into the field. Moving over to the right-hand side. The AT gun is currently looking to the left, but it is positioned on the right, so it will be able to set itself up before, you know, anything happens. AT gun does set up. However, the 222 is currently hiding behind the shack. 50 cal sniper getting some shots in there on that 222, managing to inflict a decent amount of damage. Those shots are pretty powerful. Way more powerful than a simple PTRS shot, but, you know, with the PTRS rifles, you have more of them, so they plink you a lot faster. And the Grand Squad on the far right-hand side going for some capping of the fuel. Royal Engineers on the far left-hand side for Jove, trying to capture some territory. We do have yet another 222 on the field for HelpingHans. This one completely unopposed, doesn't have anything to worry about. There might be mines in the way, however. But as we can see, you know, Jove hasn't laid down any mines in this direction, so it's able to harass without really much of an issue. Vickers machine guns taking some shots here on the right-hand side, stopping the approaching infantry. Infantry section forced to crawl around in the ground. Sniper on the field, moving up a little bit further up. The British sniper kind of cornering itself into the very edge of the map. Not the best of positions to be in, but it is its current situation. 222 getting some shots going on the sandbag that got laid down but never finished to basically block the heavy cover here of the tractor. Destroying it and allowing the construction. 6-pounder gun. Moving back into the base, we see the 222s harassing quite heavily here. Infantry section forced to retreat. It is going to make it out of there alive, though. It's pretty healthy, and the 222's pretty much unable to do much. AT gun sets itself up to face them down. Ooh, takes a shot there through the hedge, almost hitting one of the 222s, but only impacting the surface as the 222 moves out of the way. Sniper holding its fire, making sure that doesn't reveal itself. The German sniper moves up a little bit. We have Teller mines getting laid down for HelpingHans on the right-hand side. And Gren's just shifting around. Left-hand side of the map, completely unopposed. Nothing is moving around there. We see the Royal Engineers back on the field, moving forward. And we also see sweepers getting activated for these engineers. So the engineers might actually die here to this 222. Very low in health, going to be chased down. We do have a sniper in the way. Sniper might actually take a shot if it wanted to, but the AT gun is a little bit further back. Takes a shot and pretty much misses. Vickers machine gun, though. Second Vickers machine gun on the game. Does get some damage in there and force it to back off. Armored car on the field for Jove. Trying to do his best to flush out everything. Gonna get a Faust going on its ass. Gets a crit on the engine and the 222 moves up. Shots fly. 222 pretty good at taking it out. However, with the support of the AT gun, they cannot finish the job. They cannot push up and harass it all the way. Or they risk themselves getting killed. Grand Squad trying to hold the line against the approaching infantry sections. Infantry sections forced to reposition themselves as a 222 is nearby for support. Vickers machine gun also able to get some shots going off on it. And with the mortar's taking some shots at the hay bale, getting some damage in there. And the sniper still moving around, still backing off. So the 222's taking a little bit of damage there. This one is forced to back off a little bit. Teller mine all the way back to the front of the base, making sure that any harassment doesn't bear fruit. 222 getting some damage there on the armored car. Armored car returning the favor, getting a shot in there. Keep calling it the armored car because it's very difficult for me to say AEC because I always want to say EAC for some reason. And on the right-hand side, we hear some shots from the Royal Engineers and the Grants, just duking it out and retreating. We do have the sniper moving around in the center. The British sniper has forced a retreat. And the sniper is currently taking opportunity here to take some shots into the center map as the infantry section is trying to stop the approaching armored cars. Vickers machine gun is pushing forward. The snipers have retreated. This one is moving back out on the field. And the Royal Engineers on the right-hand side are capping. More infantry sections coming out onto the field for Jove. No additional text so far. Back at base, we do have Tier 3 down for HelpingHans as he starts to build himself a Flakwind. A Flakwind, wow. That's a pretty cool name, though. The Flakwind tank. Anyways, yeah, the Ostwind, Flak Panzer. Pretty good decision there. Very soft targets on the field right now. Nothing seemingly coming out into the field right now for Jove, so yeah. Should have an easy time of being functional. There's, of course, that 6-pounder gun, though, but if it can actually get a flank on it, it can clear it out very, very, very quickly. And I believe the armored car's gun does penetrate that armor, but, I mean, it's not going to kill it very quickly, so... It's a good choice there for Hans. We'll see how it works out. 222 on the right-hand side, harassing the Royal Engineers. The Vickers machine gun hold up inside the shack. Moving forward, we have the mortar setting up. Going to be trying to flush it out. Ostwind moving over to the right-hand side. Going to be also getting some damage in there on that house. Doing more damage to the house than anything. The men inside seem to be rather fine against the weapon. 222 taking some shots from the AT gun. Vickers machine gun getting caught there out in the open. We see the 222 pushing forward. We have a Faust going off on the armored car back over here. Is returning fire on the 222. The 222, though, is kind of focusing on taking out the Ostwind. Not the Ostwind, the AT gun. But the Ostwind just pushes forward, brute forces its way to victory, and eliminates the armored car. Gets shot in the ass there by the 6-pounder gun, but the 6-pounder gun gets cleared out by the 222. Ostwind manages to stay strong, and shots continue to fly as the Ostwind tries to take care of that AT gun. We have another armored car coming online for Mr. Jove. The Ostwind, I believe, should still be able to withstand against it. However, it looks like HelpingHans is not going to be wanting to destroy the weapon. He's going to leave it there on the field and maybe cause some damage. So the sniper for Jove died. Did not see when, so I think I can just do this. Yeah, there we go. Sniper 14. Obviously died somewhere in the center, but we were looking at the right-hand side with the Ostwind. Armored car moves up. Going to be getting some shots going on that Vickers as it retreats. We see the AT gun does get picked up there by that infantry section. And we see Doctrine selection for Jove. That is the Tactical Support Regiment. As we see a medical supplies getting called in. Medical and weapon supply crates on targeted friendly territories. Infantry units will move and reinforce faster in friendly territories. Okay. Oof. Nice shot here on the left-hand side as the Vickers machine gun almost gets taken out. Armored car, though, duking it out against the Grents, manages to get the upper hand there because it is, of course, a vehicle and they are just men. Vickers machine gun on the right-hand side as well, duking it out against the Grents in the shack. The mortar's just getting some shots out of range. Has only gotten 3 kills so far, but it does have veterancy 1. Sniper on the field, 8 kills only, still there. But, I mean, there's nothing on the field for it to fear now, really. Not directly, so could be more aggressive right now, but HelpingHans seems to be just a little bit cautious with it, just in case. I mean, maybe he didn't even notice that the sniper died? Pretty sure he did, though. Grand squad moving around on the right-hand side. Infantry section going to be running into it. Center point is currently decapped, so nobody's bleeding. It's 379 to 422, currently in the lead for Hans. Pretty close game, though. It's, about 50 points there, so nothing that is too significant right now. We'll see what happens later on. 222 is getting repaired as we have a second Pio on the... Wait. Why do I only see... Oh, there it is. They're separated for some reason. Yeah, as we have a second Pio on the field for HelpingHans. Jove pushing straight through the center. We have Piats apparently on the Royal Engineers. Far left-hand side, 222 harassing these other Royal Engineers. And we see the infantry section pushing as the Grand Squad is forced to retreat. The sniper has been killed, and again, I missed that other one as well. But don't worry, we should have seen it happen. And we see the Pios on the left-hand side trying to repair that 222. Basically during combat. Not exactly during combat, but very close to the front lines. Ostwind moving around the right-hand side. We have 2 AT guns on the field right now for Jove, so that's going to make it a lot harder for HelpingHans to push with those. And we see this infantry section trying to call in the artillery barrages, and it looks like he did. Yeah.
Supply line's been cut.
Up in the north, the armored car trying to go on the hunt here for the Ostwind. Ostwind managing to make its way out of there as it destroys the weapon of the armored car. The armored car running itself straight. Oh, it needs to destroy it. There he goes. So the armored car, the 222 for Hans, sacrifices itself as it goes for the kill on the armored car of Jove. Manages to destroy it, but it was left abandoned, which would have been easy for Jove to recover. So he is forced to turn his weapon around, face down the weapon, and unfortunately it cost him. Pio squad in the center getting eliminated there by the Vickers machine gun. A little bit of a lapse in concentration there for Hans, as things are shit's getting crazy. And we see the 222, the remaining 222, moving over to the right-hand side to harass the infantry section. Center map, a lot of infantry flooding forward, as HelpingHans does have that Vickers machine gun set up and manages to suppress 2 of the squads. Royal Engineers are the ones that managed to make it through that. Grenadier squads with LMGs pushing forward, and they managed to just simply make their way through. AT guns on the right-hand side set themselves up right in range there for that 222, and quickly and summarily execute it. And down it goes. One of the AT guns, though, does get decrewed. It is the one that is damaged, so it's the one that got originally decrewed in the center. And the pack gun is moving around on the right-hand side just in case any vehicles come forth. Another sniper coming into play here for Jove as he realizes, I guess, that there is another sniper on the field for Hans. We'll put this one as 1, and well, I'll put this one as 2 since, left, right, easier to keep track of. Pack gun moves up, taking aim at the dropped AT gun, manages to destroy the weapon and leave it just there on the field for nobody to use anymore. It's going to have to rebuild it. And the Ostwind, back on the field, only really has an AT gun to contend against. We do have, I believe, Piats on one of these Royal Engineers. No, actually? Wait. Why do I only see 2 men there and it says 3? Oh, no, there they are. One has a sweeper in there. So, no, they don't, I guess. Huh. Could have sworn I saw one of the squads throw something at a tank, but I guess not. So Vickers machine gun in the check. Hold up. We do have the sniper on the field here for Jove. Currently, he's just cloaked, making sure that he doesn't reveal himself. Just waiting for HelpingHans' sniper to make his move. Sniper moves up for Hans. Takes a shot, gets a hit. The sniper for Jove is still holding his ground, so it's not going to be pushing forward. Oswind getting impressive damage going there. Eliminates the Vickers machine gun where it stands. And the infantry sections are forced to retreat. We do have the AT gun behind the lines. Or, well, not behind the lines, but behind the Oswind. Getting a good shot on it. Forcing it to move away, but the weapon has been left there on the field. Sniper moving up, trying to put itself in the cloak. Grand squad's moving forward. The sniper is moving back. Sniper could stay there in position, just waiting for the weapon to be taken. And once it does get taken, could actually eliminate the squad. Oh, never mind. That's actually a brilliant maneuver. Takes a shot, eliminates one man, forces the squad to essentially sacrifice itself into the Vickers machine gun. And that basically bites HelpingHans in the ass. That's actually pretty brilliant. Very nice move there by Jove. I mean, he does reveal that he has a sniper, which, you know, decreases his opportunities here for a counter snipe. But, you know, he did essentially kill a Grand Squad in the process, so not too bad. And if I'm not mistaken, that Grand Squad also had an LMG equipped. Maybe it didn't. I think it did, but that might be wrong. I don't think the weapon team keeps it, though, right? No, I only see the Kar 98, so yeah. That would be a little bit too powerful. So we see Jove pushing over to the left-hand side with all his troops. Only has infantry on the field. HelpingHans has selected his doctrine, and that is the Mechanized Assault Doctrine. I'm assuming at this stage it's just simply for a Tiger later on. Did get his tier 4 though up, and of course get himself a Panzerwerfer. Excellent artillery weapon, and should be able to help clear with a lot of things. Oswind destroying the sandbags in the center. Going to be destroying the infantry section there in the center as well if it doesn't get the hell out of there. Get some shots off range, but manages to stay alive. S-Minefield getting laid down on the victory point on the left-hand side. Sweepers on the engineers, though, do manage to reveal it, so they're not going to take effect, at least not for now. However, the Oswind does manage to catch this infantry section out in the open. Going to take some shots as it retreats. Can it finish it off? No. Does not manage to seal the deal. Center point, the British sniper is moving around as we see a squad retreating there. Royal Engineer, if I'm not mistaken, managing to get itself killed. Now we see the Panzerwerfer throwing a barrage into the center. Not in the center, up in the north, as it spotted the AT gun. The AT gun taking shots at the Oswind. The Oswind moving back, staying alive, getting some shots going on the Royal Engineers, forcing them to get the hell out of the way. Jove finally getting his company command post up online. Going to be getting himself a Cromwell tank. Cromwell tank, I mean, not a bad choice. It is, of course, a multi-purpose or all-purpose, general purpose. I don't know how to call it, but, you know, it's a versatile tank. It's able to handle basically multiple threats of threats of any kind to a degree. And, I mean, with what is currently on the field, it's an excellent choice. There's not much of a threat that HelpingHans has against it. However, I mean, there will be higher threats coming that Cromwell by itself will not be able to handle. Also, especially if a Tiger comes into play later on. Still quite a bit ways to go with the field, though, so I don't expect to see the Tiger soon, but maybe later. We do see, of course, HelpingHans deciding to instead build himself a Panzer IV, which, again, like, that is a good tank to fight against the Cromwell. Not a tank killer, but, you know, it's able to fight against it, and with the support of that AT gun, should be able to win. Nice little maneuver there by Jove, sends the tank straight into the house, collapsing it completely and destroying the team inside. Not even sure what it was. Was it just a simple Grand Squad? Might have been an MG crew. Well, whatever it was. We hear Panzerwerfer throwing a barrage over here on the right-hand side, trying to catch that infantry section as it captures that victory point. Victory points are 111 to 413, so Hans in a definite lead right now. Panzer IV moves up, trying to flush out those infantry sections. Cromwell and the AT gun are moving up to engage it. The Cromwell, however, as you can see, takes a shot directly at the Panzer IV and basically bounces it off the frontal armor. There we go. Second shot does manage to nail a good penetration, getting some damage. So again, I mean, it's not specifically, you know, counter or anything, but it is able to fight against it, you know, in both directions. They're just main battle tanks, so they're able to fuck each other up. Infantry section on the right-hand side forced to retreat by the Ostwind as we see the Cromwell pushing up to engage. Pack gun is nearby helping the support, gets a good shot on the Cromwell and basically forces it away. And we have the snipers sitting in the center, just staring each other down. And the snipers right there, they're actually both in each other's range, but nobody is willing to reveal themselves. Sniper reveals himself. Can HelpingHans take a shot? Oh, he cloaks, and he does not manage to get a shot up going on the sniper, as the sniper's just, oh, it reveals himself again. Can he actually get the shot now? No, he moves a little bit off range. He's just a little bit off. Oh, the tension is palpable. Sniper moves across on the open. Reveals himself again. Oh. Oh, he's gonna reveal himself. Here we go. Hans. Well, he does manage to call in an artillery strike on top of him. Oh, but then misses and the sniper stays alive. Brutal. Vickers machine gun forced to retreat. Grand pushing forward as the Cromwell just says a no-no. And the British sniper retreats as he needs some healing, but there's no squads nearby for healing, so not gonna get it right now. Panzer IV on the right-hand side, trying to do what it can here to support the Pios, but the Pios are going to quickly die to the volleys of the infantry sections. Center map, the Grand Squad and the Pio Squad just moving along. And the Pio on the right-hand side just forced to retreat. AT guns managing to get some good damage there on the German tanks. We see HelpingHans deciding to instead invest into a Stuggy. Not a bad decision against all this infantry, so we'll see how it pans out. Oof, and the main gun gets destroyed there on the Panzer IV as it takes nasty shots there by the AT guns at range. Another light artillery barrage getting called in right on top of that victory point. The infantry section, though, bravely staying inside its range, managing to keep itself alive miraculously. The Stuggy on the field just moving around as we have a lot of armor support here for HelpingHans. And Jove doesn't really have much against it. One Cromwell and 2 AT guns. I mean, it can do quite a bit, but it's it's not a position of superiority in that case. Also moving back, Pack moving back. Victory points down to 29 for Jove, so even though HelpingHans doesn't seem to be able to break Jove completely and, you know, kill him, Jove seems very hard-pressed to be able to make a dent here, and with only 26 points left, it might actually just come down to victory points here. Panzer Warfare throwing a barrage into the center. Oh, nasty hit, eliminating an entire squad. Cromwell tank pushing forward, going to be quickly dealing with that Stuggy. The Stuggy moving back. We do have the Panzer Warfare moving back as well. The Teller mine is just sitting there, waiting to hit something. And everything moves back as the Panzer IV still has a damaged engine. The Pack gun is back here, making sure that it can maybe cover a tank. But, I mean, HelpingHans has essentially been flushed out of the map. Sniper getting caught here by the Cromwell. Going to be hitting retreat. Can it actually make it out of there? Shots flying from the Cromwell. May actually be able to take it out with the coaxial gun. Main shotgun of fire. Misses. Coaxial gun continues to pursue. But it looks like Hans' sniper is barely going to make it out of there. By the skin of his teeth. Mortar squad in the center, trying to do what it can. Veteran C3 acquired, only 10 kills in total, but has done a decent amount of splash damage to get all the way to Veteran C3, which just makes it very quick on the shots. Mines getting laid down here for Jove, trying to secure the territory that he does have. Sniper up in the front there for Jove, just spotting whatever it can. Sniper back at base getting healed up. Shots flying at the approaching infantry. The Pack gun trying to move back. Get itself into a better angle where the sniper isn't tearing it apart. Stolen Vickers machine gun. Going to be forced to get the hell out of there, though, because the sniper is just looking at them. And we now have a second Cromwell tank on the field. That puts Jove in a much better position now against against Hans. Did manage to cap that second victory point, stopping his bleed at 18. And turning the bleed in the other direction, but he gets pushed back once again by the artillery, by everything, and the Grens in the center are going to be decapping that point, putting a stop to the bleed, and maybe even turning it around once again on Jove if he doesn't manage to break through. The sniper is moving back out onto the field. Panzer Grenadiers with Treks now on the field as well, trying to have more options to deal with those Cromwells. Panzer IV moving up, taking some damage, getting hit in the face, and now down to less than half health. Stuggy is nearby, not fully repaired, but moving back. And the Grens do manage to capture that center victory point, which once again bleeds the points for Jove, and he's inching his way into a defeat, essentially. Light artillery barrage getting called in right on top of that infantry section. Gonna try to move it out of the way. At the very least, manages to decap the point. Won't be able to cap it, but it will be able to stay on the field and wait for the barrage to subside. Subside? No, subside. I think that's fine. Anyways, Oswin moving to the left-hand side, catching that infantry section there on the house. Gonna be trying to destroy it as it goes for the point. Pioneer squad moving into the center. We see a pyrotechnics getting called in right there into the center point. Although, who called that in? Ah, this guy. There you go. Coordinated fire. Pack gun getting cleared out in the center. Might be enough here to destroy HelpingHans' lines. Panzer IV pushes up. Gets a good shot going there on the Cromwell, but only going to get shot back in return. Panzerwerfer throwing a nice barrage up in the north, hitting that AT gun. Center point, the infantry section gets cleared out once again. All of them sacrificing their lives as they desperately try and go for the point, which is unfortunate for Jove as he's now in that position. Does manage to get the second cap, and that puts him, again, leading the points for Hans, but he is now left with only 14 points. All the vehicles now back over here. We have a single Pio on the field, desperately trying to reinforce so it can start getting repairs going. Could do with the second Pio squad, but we have a Assault Grenadier squad coming into play for HelpingHans, as he seems to be wanting to have more opportunities to cap. Hans realizing that, yeah, he can actually just finish the game by victory points rather than having to, you know, knock him out completely out of the game. Snipers looking at each other. British sniper, oh, takes a shot at the retreating sniper, but misses his opportunity. Vickers machine gun catching the sniper out there in the open, getting himself killed, and that is an unfortunate turn of events there for Jove. Not sure if I can say he needed that counter snipe, but I know he wanted that counter snipe. And he took it, but the sniper missed, and now he's dead. Center point getting decapped by those Grens. Gonna get capped again as the the Cromwell moves up. It does have a pack on there for support, so the Cromwell unable to do what it can to flush out. The Grens just dancing around the point, moving around, making sure that there are not static targets. Gets the cap going once again, and the bleed starts once again for Jove, and I think this might be it. I don't see how he can break this. It's a very difficult thing. Only 10 points left. So we see the Royal Engineers desperately trying to repair those Cromwells as fast as they can. Infantry sections moving back out. They are currently on the left-hand side retreating, which is not ideal. And we have one just sitting on the right-hand side holding the point, which is not going to help him out. And with 5 points left, there's not enough time for the bleed. We see the Centaur coming into play. Not the Centaur, the Cromwell. Well, I mean, there was a Centaur over here coming into play, but the Cromwell is just pushing forward, getting a kill there on that tank, but all for naught as the point comes to 1, and with one last tick, HelpingHans takes the win and thus moves on from the quarterfinals of the ESL. But yeah, very nicely played by both. Still got, I believe, 4 more games left. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 games left, I believe, after this one, so they should hopefully all be just, if not, better than this one. So anyways, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.